Started.
Okay. Hello, borderless.ai, and anyone watching, and welcome to the planning of our second sprint. After all things said, relatively successful sprint one. Good work, everyone.
Thank you.
Um, as things stand right now, we have currently built a product, that scans I-20s and extracts information, just like their their values for certain fields.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I feel like we have yet to really build what we set out to build, which is, especially is like something AI based. So maybe like this starts the fun part because I feel like we've kind of built the framework for doing so,
Hmm.
so we can do it like a little bit more quickly now.
Hmm.
Yes.
So yeah, I hope that's at least mildly exciting for everybody else.
Right.
Yeah, maybe like something to kind of sink your teeth into if you've been looking for that. Uh, Opportunities to learn about AI, LLMs, like super marketable things, cutting edge technology, um, and potentially like the opportunity to like help real people who are in need of help, and could use our services. Uh, does anyone have any thoughts before we kind of speak further?
Um,
So,
yeah, go ahead.
mhm. So like about this sprint to planning, adding AI technology into it. So, like uh, it is like it will be an implementation of advanced OCR for I-94 documentation or I-20 data. So also it will be data-driven insights for user identifying potential status issues or anything else, or anything like through like this technology they can get upcoming deadlines or critical dates. Yeah, so like through AI model integration, it will be like related to natural language processing for document understanding, pattern recognition for data extraction. It is also in machine learning for advice generation. So yes, of course there will be benefits for both for advisor and for students.
Hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah. In terms of the AI, which direction are you all thinking about like going? Because I know we talked about we can train a language model or
Mm.
Matt, what are some of the options we can plan?
I've done a bit of research into various options.
Hmm.
A while ago, we discussed like GPT-2. There are actually, I would describe, okay, I'll raise a couple of ones.
Okay.
The first is any GPT.
Hmm.
Uh, they actually offer, I'll just share my screen.
Sure.
Um, so pros and cons with all these. Um, this like GPT offers paid models.
Hmm.
Um, I was looking at all of them, and if we were to go this route, if anyone
Hmm.
wanted to contribute like a tiny bit of money, it
Hmm.
could be relatively affordable, 15 cents. I think by tokens they mean like essentially words or like chunks of like
Mm.
2 or 3 words. So you could see how this could potentially get large.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, but that's one option. And they also offer the ability to fine tune your models to
Mm,
uh like the types of documents that I think we might want to fine tune, at least to
mhm,
get started. So that's one. Another one is something called BERT, which is made by Google.
mhm.
I believe BERT is free. Sorry,
Okay.
I'll stop sharing. Um, and it's pretty good, I believe. Apparently it works particularly well with document retrieval, text classification, answering specific questions, maybe the kinds of stuff that we'd be interested in doing. Um, and it seems to be fairly simple in terms of like getting started.
Okay.
Uh, a final one, just to something that you were saying a while ago, Miles, which was potential like concerns about like safety down the road,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a popular LLM called Claude, I
Mm-hmm.
believe, which is made by Anthropic, which is made up of, if you're not familiar with Anthropic, it's people that like were higher ups at OpenAI that left because of safety concerns.
Okay.
So this is their more safe alternative in terms of giving like responsible information, uh,
Mm-hmm.
accurate information, like dealing with disinformation or misinformation, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is Well, okay, there is, it looks like a free version, a pro version, a team version, but that's a third option. So, yeah.
Okay. So we have three options. And then maybe we can take a few days, look into those options. And for our next meeting, maybe we can all like come up with ideas of a top choice of doing this, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we can do that.
Can you distribute what like the task and make it a list of tasks what we are gonna do?
Yeah. Good point. Yes. Maybe we could use Jira for this,
Mm.
at least try it.
Okay.
We
Okay.
don't, if we're not feeling it, I don't know. We can say so, but I don't know. Maybe it'd be like worth the try.
Yeah,
I
let's give it a try.
Yeah, we
Like
can
we
try.
have
Yeah.
told, like we'll be using Jira last time itself. So let's try it out.
Yeah.
yes, I agree. For Jira, okay. And all of us will be able to put tasks on there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is this one of those things that you set up an account and share it with us or add us or something?
Yeah, you all can make accounts, and we
Okay.
can be part of like a team or an organization.
I
Okay.
think Trello has a Jira update, right?
Yeah, Trello and Jira are currently owned by the same company. So,
Jira. So I go make a Jira account. We each make a Jira account.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all you have to do is just like sign up with your email, I feel like.
Okay.
That could
Uh,
be a
yeah.
simple task.
Okay.
For for now, we can we for the recording can we do like uh, the to-do list like last time we did in Trello for right now, but we can shift it to Jira once everyone has an account.
Yeah. Well, I
That's a
feel like today's, I mean, Matt is the lead on this, but this is kind of like the initial Sprint 2
Yeah.
planning, right? So maybe
Yeah.
on the next planning, which may not be recorded, and then we can put everything on Jira. or on the as a list. But I
Mm-hmm.
think at least right now we have enough to start it with, which is what Matthew had mentioned. We have different for the next sprint. Basically, we're going to really dig into AI, and right now we have a few options that Matthew presented to us, and then we can break from now and go research on those. And next time when we get together, we will come with our Jira accounts, and maybe we'll have another session to put these actionable items there.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense because I think it's worth at least for everyone to like look into these technologies.
And
Mm-hmm.
then once we figure out what we're gonna use, it will be more concrete to come up with the tasks, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will I guess repeat the three technologies. Yeah.
Okay. If you want, you can quickly repeat the technologies and then we'll just call it good for this session of the planning.
The other thing, Miles, I would be very much interested because we will, with any of those three,
Mm-hmm.
we'll need to build that document database. So it would be very helpful if you were able to procure any relevant documents that like might be available.
Yep. Creation document. Okay, I'll go work on that.
And then final things were I just wanted to like repeat those suggestions that I had like the other week about stuff regarding, well, mainly like Git, I feel like, and
Mm-hmm.
if anybody's like making any future contributions,
Okay.
um, I would love to get into like a more Git-based workflow for
Okay.
Sprint.
I checked this morning, there's two branches, the main branch and the master branch. Seems like you put all the code front end and back end in the master's branch, right?
Yep, and now Santosh has made a branch as well, so I just need to merge those his branch with the master branch.
Okay. So
Um,
later I go make a branch myself, right?
oh yeah, you can do that if you like.
Okay. Because what do you want us to do moving forward? Each
Yeah.
person have a fork?
I think each person at minimum have one branch, like for personal stuff that they're doing. But
Okay.
I would even love, I mean, we could talk about it like everybody making a new branch every time they're working on a new feature or like a new bug fix or something like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can like name it based on like the feature or the bug fix.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Features and bug fixes.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much, I think, all I wanted to talk. I like we don't necessarily need to meet more often, I think. I
Hmm.
think if we just like work better and work like a little smarter, then I feel like we can have
Yeah.
a little bit of an easier time and like, yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I had a question about this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, all the options that you provided about the large language models or whatever. So, the do we have to take a created model, or can we also try and create a new from scratch?
That is also an option. Yeah, that's an option.
Yeah. So, like, which would you guys prefer? Like, because from scratch would be all our work. Like, we have to work a lot on that,
Mm,
and a pre-trained model maybe like based on BERT or something. It would be like just importing that and then fine-tuning it on maybe Keras and TensorFlow or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking in terms of like a happy medium. Like it could just be pre-trained on like general language and
Mm-hmm.
like general facts, and then we train it on our immigration-based stuff.
Yeah, like just
That would be the
fine-tuning it on
best.
our personalized data that we provided. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that would be the best. But in terms of the technology, how do we set up the personal training part?
Yeah,
We
so
can just use TensorFlow and Keras now. That's like it's basically prepared for that.
I've
Great.
done some research, and you can use like TensorFlow or PyTorch. You can also so I feel like those two, TensorFlow and PyTorch, they're like more machine learning based libraries,
Hmm.
Hmm.
which I believe are based on more like statistical and quantitative analysis,
Hmm.
which is super helpful for LLMs. I was just doing some research on this. Also, in combination with that, it can be helpful to have things that are less so like math or like quantitative based. Um, it can be helpful, I think. Like it seems like statistical analysis of language has its limitations. So we might find it advantageous to go beyond TensorFlow or PyTorch and go with something that's like a little bit more fully fleshed out than like a raw machine learning based approach.
Okay, so that can be one of the things that we can think about. Compare those AI models and think about how do we train the hybrid model of pre-trained versus training ourselves and the technology we'll be using on how to train.
Yeah, it's worth thinking
Yeah.
about.
Okay. Yeah. I think we can just wrap now because if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay
Yeah.
with
All right, I'm gonna stop record.